Well, good evening. Good All Hallows Eve. And I hope you're having just a lovely day today, as we are going to talk about something for this here Halloween spooky special. Mm-hmm. Is that going to be nice? As you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. Uh, Based this off of a suit I actually made myself in real life. And we're just gonna be here a little, gonna talk, and yeah, I've missed these not long term, lifestyle videos where it's just me and you guys. I cannot, I don't have a script per se. Fortunately enough, I just never got along with those. So I do much better by just having these little bullet points here. Now, for today, I wanted to talk about something really special. For the last video, we talked about Chunjito, something that was also very dear to me, just like what we're going to talk about today is. Today's subject will be Silent Hill. It is. Now, a lot of you should be familiar with Silent Hill. I'm not going to be here telling you everything about it, but for those who live under, I don't know, a rock, it is a story about several individuals who are brought to this town with this mystical lure, something that isn't quite right. Everyone sees things in a different way, and it ends up reflecting on their own personal ideals and their traumas. And the whole concept of Silent Hill is just revolved around the person beating their own inner demons, either metaphorically or literally, from James Sunderland and Pyramid Head to Murphy and the Boogeyman. It's it's poetic, really, honestly. At the end of the day, I just wanted to talk about this because it's the series that I played when I really shouldn't have. But then again, we were all kids. We were all stayed up late to play video games and sneak stuff away from our parents. It's a part of growing up. It's it, it's our charm, it's our curiosity, it's our want to discover what we shouldn't. And my want to discover what we shouldn't took me down a massive horror rabbit hole that honestly I do not regret. I really don't regret it. Man, I'm gonna take a little sippy. As it showed me so much media that I could have been missing out on my life. Silent Hill isn't just a horror. It isn't just a horror game. It is a work of art. Now, this might sound a little bit, pretentious, but I strongly believe it is. The writing, despite campy nowadays, was amazing at the time, and despite the voice acting not being the best, the story, subjects tackled, and how they are tackled still have a wonderful aspect to them, being shown the reality and how someone's mind can break from just one incident in their life. How it all can spiral down endlessly and bring them to such pain. But yeah, later on after Silent Hill, 4 was made. I'm not even sure that Silent Hill 4 was the last one made by Team Silent. Konami did the usual Konami shit and sacked them in the balls. And again, I fucking hate Konami. It's like that company only knows how to make shit decisions. And from that, we got the spin offs, but fret not. We still had a few games. They didn't give up yet. They founded Team Siren, as opposed to Team Silent. They wanted to do something that was, loud, thus that contrast. And Forbidden Siren came from that. A game that I also had the pleasure, at the time, displeasure, of owning and playing, and I fell in love with it. The shift to a more Japanese aesthetic, because let's be real here. Despite Silent Hill and Resident Evil being Japanese games, the setting was very much American. Silent Hill was some buttfuck nowhere, Pennsylvania. Resident Evil is the U.S. and later on it's fucking middle of Spain. But you know, the characters are very much American in nature. They still have that political view. They still have that whole tropes that you see in American TV. And meanwhile, you take something like Siren, and it's like peeking into a whole different culture. And I always found that intriguing. Where I lived, it was very closed off from the rest of the world. Our culture isn't the best one. We have our folklore, not very much, it's shit. But it was always fascinating to me to be able to be exposed to all these types of culture. Even American culture was fascinating to me. But American culture was what was presented to us, despite me not being English, neither British nor American or nothing, not even close. And I wanted more. I sincerely wanted more. I tried to get into the whole anime shtick. Uh, the result of that was odd because, on one hand, I really like the Naruto games. I've always played a lot of video games with my father since he had the PS1 and PS2, and had a blast. Had a fucking blast, but never got drawn to anime. Now, I'm getting sidestepped here with a tangent. Team Siren, a Team Siren, Japanese team produced one of the best video games, survival horror video games, if I don't dare say actual fucking video games of all time. Like that shit, if it wasn't so hair pullingly difficult, it would have been. But then again, they were ambitious. They tried to make one of the first, like, ARGs. They wanted people, they expressed that they wanted people to band together and use online resources to find answers and get their clues to these cryptic puzzles and nonsensical debacles that they were presented with. Who is gonna think of freezing a towel to place a piggy bank on it so that later it can make a noise to distract a policeman when you're doing something? Just it's silly, it's funny, it's good. It's like, it reminds me of the old fucking Gabriel Knight shit, and not Gabriel Knight. Uh the whole LucasArts games, the point and click adventure style. I have no mouth and I must scream, that type of charm. Because in reality, you know, the reality of the situation is, as the internet has been more prevalent, we have had more access to these solutions, and thus making games all around complex and silly things is harder and harder. And so is making it true secret, because the internet will know data miners exist, and with the advances of technology, that's only getting easier and easier by the second. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, because it will still take people to find it out. And look, it still took people a lot of time to discover the new ARG. Even though the Lost was immediately found, the Keeper still, as an example from Binding of Isaac, the Lost, people data mined that in an instant. So, you know what Macmillan did? He didn't give up. He made the Keeper. He actually made an incredibly complex and fascinating ARG. Not just for the Keeper, but also a really good puzzle for the Forgotten. It is intriguing how, despite, the being shown the adversities of trying to make an ARG in this more social era, where, thank God, information is more available to us. Uh, he kept on and he showed that you can still do it. That shouldn't discourage you. The fact that, oh, maybe they'll do this. No, no, just go for it. If you want to do something like that, do it. Fully encourage it. As you know, here on my channel, we always have this vertent of education, of school, per se. That's even my whole stick, the university. And that is something that I end up reflecting on a while. And it is wonderful to just see, again, I am repeating myself, but this needs to be emphasized, how much our developments have given us access not just to newer media, but to media from different places where we would never thought to even find. We find hidden gems. Like, where should I start? This is hard. Like, Siren, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Pokemon, all these things from, this is just video game media, but then you have like Beowulf, which is an old tome, such an old story, and yet if it wasn't for us being able to reinterpret it, we wouldn't have access to it right nowadays. Again, we have Norse mythology, folklore, the thing I'm so passionate about, especially when it comes to the cryptids of America. It is marvelous that any culture can seemingly find and spread their ideas so easily in this age of information. And I just realized I got sidetracked again. Well, this is maybe going to be most of my single person videos. It's just going to be me talking a bunch and getting sidetracked a lot on a vague subject, but you know, that's the charm of it. We're not here to do anything serious. We're not debating something more, you know, tragic like Christian, Cyrax, Jupiter the Hybrid. No, we're here to have a calm little chat, drink our coffee, and just sit here and have a talk by the library. It is truly wonderful. I don't want to leave you guys just with this, so why don't we look at an online series that I absolutely fell in love with as soon as I found it. The thematic is very much similar to skin crawlers from North American mythology. It is called Basswood County. Shall we take a look? Of course we will. I hope you're ready, because I will show you in full detail the things and horrors we have come to show you. That is not what I wanted to see. Technical difficulty. I'm gonna get a technical difficulties thingy for when I'm doing this. Window capture, okay. There you go. Let's go and take a look at this, shall we? This is not an order. 1 second. Ow.
This is a warning from Basswood County Police Department to the residents of Basswood County and neighboring counties. We have received alerts about a humanoid creature that invaded the county. It has been 11 murders till now. The victims' bodies show decapitation, absence of arms and hands due to amputation, stabbing in the neck. It is clear that there is a hostile creature around you and you should do the following. Close your doors and windows. Grab any weapon. Hide in your basement or the attic.
These are characteristics of the creature. Let's analyze these, shall we? Tall, long limbs and a long neck. Long fingers, a natural face, menacing eyes, and smiling. Now, from these first descriptions, you might easily mistake this for just another Mandela catalog clone. Which I don't want you guys to think of this. After Mandela catalog, a lot of series were influenced by it and were molded by it. It was quite a big phenomena that cannot be denied. But it's also kind of diminutive and disrespectful for the artist to just immediately say, oh, it's just this. No. You will see how interesting this gets. Average human compared to the creature.
To make you able to identify this creature, we are going to show you 5 police sketches that were drawn according to eyewitnesses' descriptions.
Now, immediately, I just want to make a quick joke. This looks like H.P. Lovecraft. Just elongated features, fucking cow-like haircut. That's immediately the first thing I thought of when I saw this. I can't be the only one seeing it, right? It can't be. It gets uncanny. Slightly more uncanny. It begins. Feels like a dude. Ally Street, Basswood County. Basswood. There you can see it. The creature. A victim's home. It's always so uncanny the way they make these human noises. It's amazing. This part kind of broke my immersion because of it being... I don't know if it's the only thing that the creator had access to, but the fact that it was stop motion there. And really choppy at that. Then again, beats having to do like 15 thousand frames now. This is something I want to look at with you guys. Elder from the creature. Something something. Twill harm thee and thy family. Twill rotten thee to the pieces. It looks like a human. There has to be someone at the here that has translated this, because Part at 3:42. There you go. Creature will cut everyone to pieces, and that he looks like a man. Maybe it is true that this creature is from a book design. Who knows? Though the not Victorian, but medieval pages aspect here, with the elegant fountain calligraphy and the scribbles. And even this one can be considered a bizarre. Those creatures that were usually seen on the borders of maps when people got bored of illustrating, and even on some books. He is arriving. It would have been cool if we could see the reflection on the window before we immediately skip to this part where it shows the tendrils. Beside a disposable camera that belongs to the victim. One more, we still have time. Shall we do the identity test?
3 weeks of masquerade as a French nobleman, and now it is time for you to change back and return to your provincial university. And if I...
Immediately, we thought we start off the video with a clip from an old movie, someone who was masquerading as something else. If that's not giving away the skin crawler vibes and the mimic vibes, I don't know what is. Subliminal messaging is strong.
You will be shown images of human faces to test your recognition of uncanniness in them. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Pretty normal. I'd say normal. I don't know, man. That looks like a normal human to me. Come on, don't be racist. That's a normal guy. What does his face look like? I'd assume it would be the normal one and not the elongated, funny Mandela catalog face. Tell you what your mind cannot comprehend. That guy looks like a thumb. God, I'm just taking the shit out of this now. Sorry. Started a little bit more serious, but... Oh, I love that detail on the ribs. Tracking. That tracking makes me believe maybe they can use technology. And they know you're watching this. That would be so convenient. Oh, I like that. Fucking reverse cycle. Not reverse, this would be just straight up cycle. Censored face. Can we pull back here and... Oh, yeah. I think it's the creepy one. Visual hazard. The failure of Jeff Alverson. That was Doppelganger written down there. 90% sure of it. I see you. That makes me believe he did not put those papers there. That was the creature who put it. That design just reminded me of the guys who carry crosses in Bloodborne. I love this so much. I'll shut up now. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you just knocking at my door? A door to a realm. Interdimensional being, maybe from the Fey realm. Who knows? They are skinwalkers. They seem to be able to use technology, so they must be at least some sort of sentient creature and not working purely on animalistic instincts. One could assume. This is what we love to see when they're already in your house. That just looks like a mummy. That doesn't even look like the creature. It looks like one of those mummies that you'd find, like, at a museum. Specifically, it reminds me of the Fiji mermaid, if you guys know what that is. An old-ass fucking fake made-up cryptid. Now with identity tests. Again, I incentivize you guys, take a look at Darkmine. I will link all of this stuff in the description for as much as, you guys care about it. I think this video has been long enough, nearly 30 minutes. That's what I want to aim with these normal videos. And I hope you enjoyed it. I know it isn't much, but I'll try to post more often. Real life keeps me from making more long-form videos, if not just random streams. And yeah, I hope you had a good one. Peace.